It's recording now.
Okay.
What was that? Was that a yawn?
Yeah.
Why is that a yawn?
Because I'm tired.
Oh, I don't know. It went away. 5:23 a.m. Why is it so early?
Because our appointment's so early.
Appointment for what?
IVF.
Yeah.
It's the first day
Day 1.
of all the gloriousness of IVF shots. Needless to say, I'm very nervous. I don't like needles, but it's worth it.
What's that?
I love it. I love you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I don't like needles.
I know you don't like needles, and I don't want to be the mean person.
We making baby.
We making baby.
That wasn't too bad.
You okay?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I love you.
I love you. Thank you
You're welcome.
for letting me be part of that.
You're welcome. This pain's for you, baby.
For you.
Whatever you is. Day 2 IVF shot. Because I'm a wimp, I circled where I numbed it.
I love you.
Like how you said I like, ow!
I'm sorry, baby. Don't pull. You're pulling away.
Okay, the second one, second day. No, that one hurt a little bit more than normal. I think because that one's a little bit of a thicker fluid and the amount of pressure it takes to have to get it to come through. At least that's my experience. But it's okay. We're making a baby.
Yeah.
Day 3 of IVF shots. And I don't want them.
How did it feel yesterday?
It hurt. It hurt. It was the second one that hurt though, and now it just feels like you did an ab workout and then you're sore the next day. And weirdly enough, my back is sore, my knees are sore. Like, I don't understand. I thought it was just supposed to affect the abdominal area, but apparently not. Last night I did experience some twinges in my ovary area, so that was fun. It was like a period 2.0. But it was only for a little bit. It wasn't like forever.
I love you. This is her reward for getting stabbed.
I get ice cream because I was a good girl. I don't know what's worse, getting a shot or waking up before the sun's not out. I don't like waking up before the sun's not out, do I?
No, she hates waking up. If the sun's not out, she's not happy.
Yeah. But we have to go to our IVF appointment to check and see how the eggs are developing to get ready for egg retrieval. But this will be the first appointment after 3 days of shots because they're not available on the weekend. And then we have to go back in 2 days and do another appointment.
And then 2 days after that.
Yep, and then 2 days after that.
And then 3 days after that.
And then 3 days after
That's
that.
the last one.
Yeah, and then that should be the egg extraction week. We'll know whenever it'll be a good time to do that.
Love you. That one hurt.
It's like a lot of pressure. That's a lot.
Sorry.
That's double the dose. What did I do? Day 4, IVF shots.
It hurts.
The Menopur this time, because they doubled my dose, feels like there's pressure after the injection, which is weird. It's different. Oh,
How are you feeling?
nothing yet.
No, like all your symptoms today. We had our doctor's appointment this morning.
Back pain.
I love you.
Day 5, IVF shots, and our son has now seen what it does, or what it will do, or what's being done during the process. So he's learning. He's learning some new things.
Honestly, I'm just here because, yeah, honestly, Samina, Mina, Wanka, Wanka,
I feel fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Don't let the camera quality deceive you. The sun is not out, which means I'm not awake. What is this, the third appointment?
Third
Being
appointment.
Poked,
Yep.
prodded.
Duck beat.
So then third appointment today, and then in 2 days, another appointment to see the size of my ovaries.
I have my seatbelt on. That's you!
I have my seatbelt on.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd see the day.
Okay, bye. So when you start your IVF, you have to do follistim and menopur, whatever it's called. Your doctor will recommend a certain dosage based on your follicle sizes for your ovaries and a couple of blood work information. So I'm started out at 75 on the menopur. I'm just gonna call it minnow because I can't say it. And then 150 on the follistim. After the second time going to lab work, they then upped the follistim to 225 and the minnow to 150. Now, after going to the third lab work, which again, they happen every other day unless it falls on a weekend. At least for here with my clinic it does. Now on the third appointment and checkup, they've upped the follistim up to 300 and the minnow is remaining the same at 150. Now you gotta add in this little guy each morning. So the doctor informed us to now inject this once in the morning, and then the other 2 medications are still to continue at night. A lot of needles coming from someone that does not like needles at all, because not only are you doing the needles every day, twice a day, but now this is the 3rd time a day, and then on top of that, every other day you're getting poked to get your blood drawn. So needles, if you don't like them, it's not gonna be fun. However, once you do it enough, you just kind of used to it happening. You're like, whatever, just get it over with. Let's not do this anymore. So the size of the follicles have to get to 15 millimeters, centimeters, 15 millimeters or centimeters. They want as many as they can get at one time. And usually that's about like the size of like a lime or a little bit bigger. And no, I'm not doing made you look. It is supposed to be about that size. As of right now, like I'm feeling more so an achy back, almost like I did a workout with my back, or sometimes my abdominal area is sore, like I did an ab workout. Sometimes I get twinges with my ovaries. It's like not necessarily a sharp pain, it's just more like, hello, I'm here. And it lasts for a couple of seconds. If I know that I'm doing a little bit more with like something that might be on the heavier side, because you're put on restrictions, at least for I am 10 pounds or less, I can feel it if I shouldn't lift it, which is a good thing. Because if I feel like I have to use my ab muscles, then I'm like, nope, that's not something I want to continue to do, or not even try to pull on that. The other part is you get probed a lot like cattle, in the sense of it's an ultrasound called a transvaginal ultrasound, where they can get a look at your ovaries, and that's where they measure it. So the ovaries start out really small, and as of right now, morning of day 6, my right side, some ovaries expanded to the size of about 10 millimeters or centimeters. They put your egg retrieval date about 2 weeks out, and then kind of have a week's worth of estimated time in between there. So like for instance, I'm supposedly supposed to have it anywhere from May 5th to May 11th. As you get closer, the doctor will let you know what your retrieval day is going to actually be.
You gonna tell him? Or should I? Should I? Okay.
What's your experience after all this? Like, how are you feeling being on the other side, giving the injections?
I'm emotional about it because I don't want to hurt you and you don't like the needles. And then you always, right when I'm like, I have it ready, got everything prepped, I'm pinching, you're like, no, and I'm like, I don't want to hurt you. Well, it makes me excited because we're one step closer, but it makes me sad that you have to go through the pain, because I know, like, that's a lot of pain. A lot of big wings. Well, big wings.
Well, I can definitely tell you that I'm excited to do it. I'm nervous about all of it, but I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
It helps that you have a supportive partner, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't think I could do it by myself for sure. Like those, like more power to you. The ones that do it by themselves. Having a supportive partner is very much needed because there's a lot of tough conversations that go into IVF and a lot of life-altering decisions that go into IVF, and to have a supportive partner to do it with you and be a part of it, and you know, we're doing it as a team, as relationships should be and parenting should be. So, yeah, I just...
Polly's being filmed, so he wants to show his magic tricks.
Yeah. Shake your tail feather. I love you. I love you.
Day 6, IVF. I'm exhausted.
Day 6? I thought it was 5. No, last night was 5. You're right. Day 6.
See, exhaustion for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, now I have to take whatever this one is called, Ganrelix. I have to do that once a day now until otherwise instructed not to. Supposedly it could cause a rash or irritation or itching after the shot is given, but it's only supposedly supposed to last for an hour, so we'll see if I have a skin reaction to this. So apparently the needle gauge on that one is thicker, but because, like I said before, or if I'd cut to that and show that before. If you don't know, I'm using a numbing cream. I'm using the Since numbing cream. It has 5% lidocaine that you don't have to get over the or you don't have to go to a pharmacy to get it. You can just buy it on Amazon or wherever, and I don't feel really the needles going in. Sometimes I feel them when they're in there, but not so much when they're going in, so that's helped a lot.
I love you. Day 7. I'm thinking I got her emotions in this because I feel like a whiny little bitch. And she's like, seems to be taking it just fine, and I'm over here crying like every day. It's great.
I don't have to tear up. I just have to take the needle.
It's ridiculous.
Another appointment checkup.
Yay.
But this time, because it's at 7 a.m., and it's an hour and 20-minute drive to the clinic, and then I have to immediately drive back to get to work on time. We had to bring the Ganrelix shot with us, so she's gonna give me the shot in the parking lot like a drug user, like I'm on drugs.
Get you that good stuff.
She's gotta give me the good stuff. Good stuff for the eggs and stuff. So we're literally at the clinic's parking lot.
I'm sure we look like drug addicts too.
Yeah.
Can I wipe some of that away? I love you. Boop. Did you just boop it?
No.
I love you.
What is this, day 8? Is this day 7? Day 8?
Today's day 8. I made her bleed twice. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. It doesn't hurt. Next day, I have to do another Ganrelix, however you say that. So put it on day 9. And yet again, we're having to do it in a parking lot before I go to work or before she goes to work, because we both happen to work around the same time. And I'm not doing this by myself between the hours of 6 and 9 at where I work, so I'm gonna have her do it right now versus later in a building. Doesn't make a difference either way. Has to be done, so.
I love you. I love you. We're getting close. Within the next week, hopefully.
We got one more day, and then we have to go to another appointment. And then they'll give us a update on where we're at.
How are you feeling?
In what way?
Just with all the shots, like emotional, anything, digestional.
Well, digestional, because you have to take a stool softener. Not so great. That's not very fun. Probably even over the needles, I would take the needles over that, because the needles is at least like 5-10 second process. But physically, I'm fine. I don't really hurt, so that's good. Emotionally, I don't really feel anything. It's like if I do, I could have all these emotions about things, but nothing comes out. I wonder if it's affecting my dear duct. My dear duct. I wonder if it's affecting my tear duct. Definitely affecting my speech. No, really, it's not, that's not a side effect. I know this is a documentary, that's not a side effect.
I love you.
You twins?
I love you. I love you.
And guess what?
Chicken butt.
I'm almost to the finish line.
I know. I'm excited to see what they look like tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have our appointment.
Oh, we need to. May the 4th be with you.
That was the nerdiest way of approaching that without even ever watching Star Wars.
I've seen a Star Wars.
No.
A Star Wars.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
What?
We're gonna have to get her to watch all of the Star Wars.
So I can fall asleep in them. Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow we'll get our checkup and then see where everything's at, and hopefully we'll be able to have them extracted the next day or the day after that. Get them out. Okay.
Get out of my swamp.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
No.
I love you.
What is this? Day 11?
I thought it was day 10.
I thought it was day 11.
Okay, probably day 11 then. Too many days.
We're hoping that this is the last day.
Hopefully it's our last appointment here because the drivers here, oh my god, they really got their license out of a fucking Cracker Jack box or something. Because my god.
I get to be a passenger princess.
It really surprises me how people drive. Like, they get behind the wheel and just common sense just goes whoo, right out the window. But she gets to be a passenger princess. At least on the way here. Because she's not a morning person.
No. I throw full-on tantrums in the morning.
She threw one today. She laid there. She kicked her legs and crossed her arms. I swear. Get knee pads for this shit.
Day 11. You tell.
Thursday, they come out. Yeah.
My eggs come out on Thursday. Heck yeah.
Tomorrow, she doesn't have to take, right?
The Menopure.
Tomorrow night.
But I do take the Follistim. However, they lower the amount of Follistim milligrams that I have to take. I still have to take the morning medication, the Ganrelix. I'm probably butchering that every single time. And then we also have to do the trigger shot, which is in the butt.
I get to put it in your butt.
I don't know if I'll be filming that. Maybe a very close-up shot where you won't know the difference, but
It'll be from this point of view where you guys are at, and then I'll be
you can see
behind.
my face reaction.
You've never had a shot in the butt, have you? I've had allergy shots.
No.
It hurt. Yay. It's getting closer.
We're almost there. Almost. 2 digits worth of a length. And that's supposed to go into my buttocks.
I thought this one was one that was supposed to go in your butt.
It is, but it's the replacement needles. You got syringe for one day, you got syringe for another day. I'm panicking just a little.
She's panicking.
I'm panicking just a little because we watched the instruction video. And this lady, kudos
She did it
to
to
her.
herself.
She did it to herself, but she went like it was like she slowly stuck it in there, and the video was like, "Now, it's like what'd they say?
Something about force behind it to make it go all the way in or something.
Yeah, like I don't know, just insert the needle all the way
with enough force
to go all the way.
to go all the way.
Mhm. It like my whole finger almost. Yes, no, it's gotta go on my buttocks. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Here's the other one.
And then it said that you had to draw it back.
To make sure there's no blood, because if you're in a blood vein or a blood vessel, then you could die.
Yeah, so it wants you to make sure you didn't hit a blood vessel, so that way you don't shoot the medicine through your blood vessel.
I was trying to make you feel better. Being like, oh, it's not much bigger than the ones I've been giving you, but
It's much bigger.
it's twice the size.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
That's for tomorrow night.
Yeah. Okay, until next time, bye. Look at that gnarly bruise still there.
Done.
I'm done. Day 12. Well, later this evening, they're gonna send documents about what time we have to actually issue the trigger shot. And I might very well be at work when I have to do this. And she's gonna have to do it in the butt. There's that. But we'll see how that shot goes later. It's the big needle that's later on tonight. Goodbye.
Last of this one that I gotta hold like this when I do it.
We're almost done.
We're almost done. Just a couple more stabs. I love you. It's a little weaky.
It's a little leaky. We're done.
No more.
We're done. No more. Oh my god. Finally. Now what's next? Our document instructed 10:15. 10:15 for pregnayl. 5,000 of that one, and that's the one. That's the one with this big old needle here that's gotta go all the way in my butt. With that, so that they, at least for our clinic, so Thursday, 2 days from now, is when they will retrieve the eggs. So they do the shot 10:15 p.m. and then 12 hours later, tomorrow morning, you do it at 10:15 a.m. and then 12 hours later, you do the egg retrieval at 10:15 a.m. They sent us a document today to go over the final stuff tonight, which was one last follicle. Menopause stopped last night, and then they also reduced it from 300 to 150 on the follicle. To also take, so you have to take Caber Go Line, Z-Pack. So that starts on trigger night. Go.
In.
Blood.
Nope. I love you.
It's hot. I think because I finally got my adrenaline to kick in, it wasn't as bad. We're done with that. No more booty shots, just the one.
Just the tummy one.
Just the one.
Just one more tummy.
So the butt one wasn't that bad, but a couple of things. I used numbing cream too. I had my adrenaline kicking in really hardcore because you have to take it at a specific time. So I'm like, okay, go. So I think my adrenaline was just like making my heart race, which helps with the pain of things. I have to take the Cabrolone, or I already took the I don't know how to say it. One of the medications.
The pill?
One of the pills. And then the other pill, which is Z-Pack, I took that as well. But I ate with it, so that way it wouldn't upset my stomach. And now we gotta go get ready for bed and drive an hour and 20 minutes in the morning. Hopefully one last time besides Thursday. Again. I mean, it won't be the last time, but every other day last time. Now, they have to do a lab draw, I guess, to test my hormones again with the trigger shot in there. Later on the day, we'll do another one in the stomach of a trigger shot, which is lupron, at 10:15 exactly. And then no more shots in the evening.
Yay.
This is the last shot.
Last one.
Yay. And then tomorrow's egg retrieval day.
Yeah. Ready?
Go. We're done.
Day
13.
13 of these bitches. Done.
So what are you gonna do if I don't wake up?
You're gonna wake up.
Was this day 14? And day 14.
Day 14.
But day 14 happens to be the egg retrieval day.
Yes, retrieval.
So the surgery. We're finally gonna have the surgery be done.
Finally.
What if I don't wake up though?
You're gonna wake up.
They have to put you under. So what if I don't wake up?
You're gonna wake up.
Will you, if I don't wake up, will you find another girl and be
Oh my
pretty?
God.
And that's pretty and date her?
You want me to be pretty?
Well, you are pretty.
I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
We'll find a pretty girl today, okay?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Make sure she's still younger than you, so she keeps you active.
You call me old? Was that a nice way of calling me old?
No.
That was a nice way of calling me old. No, she made me promise that I would still use the eggs, or else this would be for nothing.
Yeah, you still gotta have a little mini-me running around so that way you can remember me by a little heathen that's tormenting you and annoying you.
Oh, but I couldn't do that because to get it implanted, then I'd have to have somebody drive, and I ain't got nobody to drive.
You can find somebody.
I ain't got nobody.
Get somebody.
So we're at the place. We gotta check in 10 minutes.
I'm nervous.
She's a nervous Nancy.
Because I don't like needles. I don't want to be stabbed after I've been stabbed for 14 days. Well, 13 days.
Multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day. I don't want to be stabbed again. I want the stab to stop. I'm nervous about the anesthesia, but that's part of it. I'd rather be asleep than have to deal with it, so I guess that's the advantage. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I wake up. I don't know how much pain I'll be when I wake up. I don't know any of that yet. Everybody's different, so we'll see how I react to it. Still have yet to cry out of all this.
Which is surprising.
I was expecting more emotional, tense version of emotions.
I think I got it for you.
I told my coworkers, I was like, if anybody has a reason to be emotional, it's me. And I was like, maybe I should be meaner to you guys because then I can use as an excuse because I'm on my hormones.
So she did crack a joke. My dark humor's rubbing off on her. I always have dark humor about my mom being cremated, and I have her sitting like in a bay window, and so I'm always cracking jokes about it. And she said, what are you gonna do if I die? I was like, well, I'll cremate you and sit you next to my mom. Or she's like, I don't got much life insurance, or I don't have life insurance and I don't got much retirement and whatever. I was like, well, good thing cremation's only like $1,000. And then I was like, I'll put you next to my mom. And she looks at me and says, hey, we can be dust buddies. It fucking cracked me up. But yeah, that was probably the funniest one I've heard yet.
I know some people are going to, if they hear that, they're going to be like, oh, you shouldn't say that about her mom. It's consensual. If she didn't want me to say stuff like that, then I wouldn't say it. I know that she likes dark humor. She makes dark jokes about it all the time, so.
Because the bay window we have her in, we'll open the blinds. We'll give my mom the D. She made it.
I made it. I'm alive. You don't have to find a pretty hot girl after.
Not only is she alive, she is
I'm a fertile bitch.
She's a fertile bitch. She's a fertile myrtle, as my mom would say.
That's what I was thinking in my head, is fertile myrtle.
That's what my mom would say. 28 eggs in one cycle from her. 28.
Everybody's different, so again, don't expect that
28 fucking
you'll get
eggs.
28, but when I asked, they said that normally it's single digits or it's up to the teens. Apparently I was almost double. That's really good though, because then they have a higher number to work off of to, fertilize or see if they're mature versus, and plus less risk of having a embryo that isn't taking or not doing so well. So next step is I'm gonna go home and go sleep. No, but next step is same day we should know how many of them are fertilized. In our portal, they'll update it, and then in a week we should know more as far as like how many progressed past the blasto stage. I'm not sure what all goes on in that stage. And then they will freeze whatever is working, and then we also will have the PGT test done on them, which will help us know if any of them have disorders. Like if the chromosomes did not match or not work out, it'll let us know like, hey, this one is not a good embryo, and the doctor won't put that in us. In her. But us. I'm not getting pregnant. She's just using me for the eggs.
I'm gonna have her baby. You got me pregnant.
I can't wait till I can tell people I got her pregnant and then just be like, how's that possible? Well, you see. Yeah, so the PGT testing will narrow out what chromosomes did not work well, and then you also can actually find out the gender immediately and choose which embryo you want to put in, meaning if we want a girl, we could choose the embryo girl, which is just insane to me that science has come that far.
Science, man!
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
But yes.
Which is pretty cool. That honestly is really cool. The good thing about having as many eggs as I did is one doesn't take in her uterus. I likely could have 10 that are mature, and then we have 9 more to go that we can test until, it takes. So, I don't know, maybe it's these breeding hips that I got. Let's go get coffee.
Okay, coffee time for her.
So it's the day after surgery. Remember how we said 28 eggs? Well, apparently 21 of them were mature, which means they are the ones that they're going to fertilize. And out of the 21 that they fertilized, 17 of them are showing signs of cell growth, which means that they're growing. So then we could start a cult, or we could have a softball team.
Yeah.
Okay. So update.
Update.
So we had the PGT testing done. We got the results a little bit earlier than we expected. With these results, it'll let us know if there's any chromosome issues or anything like that. So to backtrack a little bit, it was actually 29 eggs that I had extracted. 21 of them were mature. 17 of them were fertilized. Out of the 17, 9 of them grew at the right rate and expectations needed to then be frozen. So 9 of them are in good or excellent or very good quality or excellent quality. And of those 9, they were tested again for any chromosome issues and then also the genders. So now we can see how many of them are girls and how many of them are boys, and then based on that and the grade of the egg, meaning like if it's an excellent quality and stuff like that, or any chromosome issues with them, will help us make a decision on which egg that we're gonna choose. So we're gonna pull up the results. I was so excited. I texted her. She's at work and I was at home, and I was like, I have the results, and I was one click away, and I almost clicked on it. I was like, no, I'll look at the gender results with her.
Trying to look at it before me.
Because I was just so excited. Rude. So then I literally drove all the way to her work so that way we could look at the results together.
Okay,
here we go.
I'll bring this in too. I'm a good cameraman.
Okay, there's a lot of information on here. We have an appointment to follow up to go over like all the medical mumbo jumbo that I do not understand on here. When you get the results, it'll show things along this method, which like XY or XX are of course the chromosomes. And then it shows here like the grade of the eggs that it's associated to, and then the interpretation, meaning like if there are any chromosome issues. Okay, so girls are XX and boys are XY with the chromosomes. So we have 2 girls
out of all of that.
Out of 9? Oh my god. 2 girls out of 9. That's crazy. The rest of them, all boys.
All boys.
That is so crazy. However, one of the girls at the very top has the 4AA is considered one of the best grades that you can get right now with what I have in the combination. And one of the girls is a 4AA, like it's ideal for transfer, it's ideal for the quality of the placenta, and the hatching of the cell molecules are considered to be the best right now for that particular girl. So 5 of the boys are normal or healthy in this case. Follow up on their appointment.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That really is crazy that you can find out the gender.